What's up, YouTube? Life with a Pepperoni here, and today we're going to be wiring up the Model A. We're going to be connecting wires to their home, where they're going to be, and finish up wiring the headlights and a couple other things and fight through what I don't enjoy doing. So if you can, hit like, hit subscribe, let me know what you guys do and don't like, and let's get at her. So in the link below, I've put affiliated links of all the tools and stuff I use weekly. I'm not sponsored by any of these. I just signed up on a Amazon affiliated thingamajiggy, and they just give me a percentage when you guys buy the stuff that I recommend. So if you guys click the link and you guys end up buying it, I just get a little percentage. I'm not sponsored at all. But if you guys do and you guys need a tool that I use, that'd be sick. So next on the list of kind of mounting, I gotta mount this voltage regulator. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Kind of fits nicely right there. All the bolt holes kind of are clear. I can run my wires down along here and in the back to the generator and stuff. This can go right here on this side. I was gonna put this over there, over that lump, but it just doesn't look like it's going to work out nicely there. So I think if I put this over here, there's enough room to go, and everything will kind of be on one side. I have to get oil lines over here, fuel lines, so I'm going to have to make a list for that. And yeah, let's get drilling and marking. So got all this all mounted, well, not mounted, but just all the rib nuts are in place, and that's where it has to go. So now we'll start running this wire. I'll start running the big wire from the back to the front and kind of connect these where they have to go and get a really good ballpark of what we're doing. So here we're just kind of getting all the wires figured out for the turn signals, the brake lights, the turn signal switch, and kind of just writing down and figuring out where everything's going just to get the proper stuff hooked up. So what I'm doing here, I collected a bunch of wire that I had in my toolbox, just trying to use up all the old stuff. And I have 5 wires here, so that's gonna be my right turn signal, my left turn signal, my high beam, my low beam, and my ground. I'm probably gonna have to find one more wire actually just to use as the fan. so I can run it in the front harness. But I'm just going to write these down, what they are, because I'm going to forget later. But yeah, just explaining what I'm doing here. There's not much here to see live. Like, wiring is a very boring process. Unless you're laying like 60, 70 wires out in a schematic and everything, I feel like it's just it's a straightforward, boring thing. So here we have everything connected. We don't have this because that will be for... I don't think I'm going to use the pink for the fan anymore, actually. I was looking at the solenoid on the firewall, and I should be able to run that to a relay closer to the engine bay, so you won't be able to see it. So I think we're better off doing that. I think I might run that wire. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to get some more wires going into the engine bay, because that's kind of where we have to get. I think I'm going to do 2 harnesses. I'm going to do one for the lights, and then I'll run another one for the ignition and the fan, the spark, like to the coil. I think I'm better off just running 2 rather than everything in one and splitting off. I can put it with 2 separate areas and stuff, so I'm going to do that. So right now, this is just like, this pink wire will just be an extra wire to the front. I don't know exactly what I could use it for, but I can use it for whatever. So I'm just going to clean all this up quickly, just zap strap some of it, and go from there. A little trick with zap straps or zap ties, what do you guys call them? Is to cut a little hole. Just take your scissors or knife, cut it in the middle of the bag. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but it is pleasing in every other way. So what that allows is you can have all your zap straps, you put it out. When you pull them out, you just pull them out of the middle, like that. And everything doesn't go everywhere, and you have a good place for these. So just a little trick. Here we're just sorting through the wires and figure out what ones are going to go to the front and the back. So I'm just already figured that out. I'm just putting zap straps around them, just making it a bit neater. And you can see the wire going down to the front. That's going to be our headlights, our front turn signals, and our running lights in the front. So our high beam, low beam, turn signals, running lights. Just kind of taping it every 6 or so inches just to make it neat. And then later on I will go with the braided black nylon wire, what's it called, loom, and I'll just go over it all and make it all look nice. Okay, so here we have the wires going here. Here we have our 4 wires for the headlight. Here we have our 4 wires at the headlight. So I'll need to figure out a connector for these two. I don't know if I'm going to go with a Deutsch style connector or some old school style connector. I'm still not sure yet. I'm not sure. Here's the lines going over to that side. I'm going to have to figure out how to make it nicely. I think I might just go underneath everything, or maybe in front of the radiator here because it's covered by the bottom of the cowl portion there, but I don't want to see wiring. So I'm not sure about that yet, but as of right now, that is placed where it has to go. So now I'm going to come into here and kind of run the stuff to the back, figure out what else I need there, and then get a nice route there. I think next step, honestly, is to cut the seat to match these, and then I can kind of screw those in, take these out, and then that'll allow me to have a piece here that covers up all the wiring, and then I don't have to worry about it, because if that goes in like there, that has to get chopped out. So let's get cutting. I'm gonna just hit the rivets with this. I'll show you guys, right? I think the rivets right here, 2, 3. So just like spot welds, I'm just gonna grab this. Take that down, and then that should just pop out. So I'm just gonna do that to all 3. So you can see them. Sorry, it's blurry. They just kind of fall apart like that. That one, you can see the lines right there. I don't know why it's not focusing, but here you go, like this. There we go. I have to cut this a bit more, get these off, and then this should wrap around there. The gentleman that sent me these is Sunnyside Speed Shop on YouTube. I'll post his link below and stuff. He donated these. He's built a really, really cool 28, 29 Roadster. And next he's building a 3031 coupe. So go give him a follow. He does sick work. That's so sick. Look at that. It just finishes it all off. So I'm just gonna take my wires here. So I know our brown is going to be our running light. If I can just pull these apart. Our green is going to be our right turn signal, and then the yellow is going to be our left turn signal / brake light. So I'm just going to put this like that. And so the brown and the yellow, we're going to need to, whatchamacallit, cut it here. And the brown, we're gonna have to split to run across to the other side. But we'll leave like a bit of room here. We'll run this behind this piece. White, I don't know what we're gonna use for yet. A couple guys on the comments were saying to use this as a ground, but we have really nice ground here. So I'm not really gonna bother putting that as a ground. So we wrote on the board, white is our running light. So brown's gonna go to white here. I'm gonna exchange this for a bigger connector. And then yellow will just go straight to here. And then that's kind of done. And let's connect. So what we did here, so now we have our constant to our running light, our brake light. I left this brown wire teed or wide off of the running light so then I can run my license plate light. And again, this white wire will be missed. I'm just gonna wrap it up in the corner, keep it there, know that it's free up front, and that's our tail light wiring. Super easy. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use good old spade connectors. I can't find any of my Deutsch connectors. Well, not 2 4-pin ones. So I have these insulated pins, or these insulated blade connectors, positive and a negative, and we're just gonna do that. For the negative, I'm gonna do it backwards. So I'll just literally flip the connector around. So then I can't hook up positive to the negative that we have. And then I can just tape it on each side. I'll have connectors, unfortunately, but it's kind of all I got right now. I don't need to make it super fancy. If I want to make it fancy, what I would do in like a bigger scale or a nicer car, I would get one of these connectors. These are called DEU, like Deutsch connectors. They make ones that have a flange on them now, and I would literally drill out this hole, put it in there, and then they would just go up and click in. But I don't have them, and this car is not getting that touch. The 36 will have that kind of stuff, but this isn't the 36. This is a super shitty, rusty Roadster. So we're doing what we can. So I'm gonna get these all connected and go get it done. And then we'll add some power and we'll see if the lights work and the turn signals work. I can't find a bulb for the life of me. So only the left side in the rear will work. Both front sides will work, and we'll see. Got all these, so 4 on each side. So I'll plumb 3 like that, and then 1 backwards for the ground on each side, just so then they don't get mixed up. So there's the wiring there. I think I might pull the motor, jack it up, and put this in that hole there. And then it can come up through there, but that looks pretty nice there. This will have to go under that rad hose, maybe make some brackets to get to that side, but we'll plumb that side now and then we'll turn it on and put some power to the connectors and turn it on, and hopefully that works, because that gets taking care of the lights, the turn signals, high beam, low beam, and I think that's it. That's like the light side. Now then we'll have to jump to the ignition and engine side of stuff. So let's see how it works. I bypassed the on and off switch just because I haven't ran a power wire to the actual ignition switch, but it works. So let's go here. That is low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam. You can't really tell, but my headlight's burnt out. Just gotta install a new one. But lights work. Also, both of my right turn signals are, like front and rear, are burnt out, but we have a left. So there's that one. And there's that one. I don't know why it's not working now. Oh, maybe that's, oh no. Maybe the background. There we go. And then you guys can see, I'll leave this right here. But you guys can see when I turn on the brakes, that should just go straight red. I think it's just holding now, right? Uh-oh. Maybe not. Maybe I lied to you guys. This should work. Okay, that's together now. Just don't touch ground. Huh. Oh, that shouldn't work because that's on. That's brake lights off, on, off, on, off. See, it works when I put the brake light switch on and it continues to turn signal. It does the right turn signal thing. So that's good. So I think our big problem here that we're having right now is a bad ground and low power. So we're going to continue doing this and we're one step closer. So here's the main power that we're going to have to get the battery power to. Here's the accessory. We're going to also have to add a battery power to the ignition switch. And then that's kind of it. Then we'll have to go from here to those over there. But the lights are working. We're one step closer. And we got to do next. So what is next? I think we're going to start the engine. Maybe not next one. I know I said the third wiring video, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. It's unfortunate, and I don't want it to be like that, but I think that's just like the way it's gonna have to be. I'm gonna continue on wiring, but it's not looking too happy for that. So I've accepted that I'm gonna cut the gas tank out because all this stuff. So I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna get 2 1/4-inch riv nuts. I'm gonna place that, and now everything from here, if I wanted to, it's accessible. If I went under the car, you can't see it from underneath the dash, but it's fully visible and accessible. I'll only probably put 4 or 5 screws in here because it's not really used as a support system anymore. It's just like a cowl now, a cover piece. That will make life easier to maintain, serviceability, and you can't see this new plastic junk in an old car. So that's good. So there it is. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do 1 post as my main battery so I can have my lead come to here. I know it's a lot for just 1 wire coming off of here, but I think it'll be worth it. Then this one here, I'm gonna, instead of the negative, I'm gonna do as my ignition power. So this green wire, I'll connect to here, to the big boy, or even one of these, probably one of these. And then from here, I can come through that hole there, around here. Maybe 1 wire has to go to there, and then 1 has to go to the 12-volt field just to get a sense. Or maybe it goes to here. I think the generator just power wires to here, and then from there to here, and that will charge the battery. And then I need another wire from the coil to there. I know how it works. I just, at this moment and second, I'm wired out right now. So I'm not completing that sequence properly. But yeah, I'm gonna do 1 for ignition, 1 for power. It's a bit excessive for a few wires, but it makes it really neat. Serviceability is really nice and just way easier in the long run. I'm gonna do something a lot of you probably aren't gonna like, but that's okay. I'm gonna put the black cable and use that as my power wire from here to here as the junction, or here I mean, just because it looks nicer going out of the car. That's it. I'd rather have black there than red, so that's all there is. I know a lot of you guys are saying this is copper coated, And you're right, it is. So if this was any other project, I would not be using this wire and I would be soldering all these connections, but this thing, it'll be fine, I hope. Worst case, I'll just have to cut everything and solder it, but we'll worry about that later. So you can see like the little lines there. I don't know if you guys can see, but this thing's ready to just come off now. So, got that side all ran. Got all this working. This wiring still needs some cleaning up, but that's for the most part pretty good. Got this little junction box, got some wires coming out of the firewall there. Got the headlights, turn signals all done. Going back here. I'm gonna put the battery box, I think right here. Just put a little, I'm gonna use like a Honda 51R, not Honda, but like a 51 or 51R battery. Just a nice little small battery, has pretty decent cold cranking amps for what it is. They're cheap. I've never had a problem with them, so I'm just gonna go with that. The car ran on 6 volt originally, so a 12 volt anything is gonna be better than that. And yeah, so the next wiring video, I don't know if it's gonna be the next video on YouTube, but the next wiring video I do, I'm pretty much set up. All the lights are done, all turn signals are done, all that side of the wiring is pretty, it's not like finish, but it's all wired. I still have to like loom the wire, do a couple other things, mount it all, but that will be kind of like an extras video. But the next wiring actual one, I'm gonna start the engine. So if you guys are still watching, I'm gonna start the engine, the next wiring video. I might put another motorcycle video out first just because I want to finish that and ride it, and my time is gonna be put towards that. But I pretty much have all the wiring set up to come to here. So now we just have to go from here to the starter, which is down there. You can kind of see it beside the header there. And then the voltage regulator, we don't exactly have to wire that, but I'll include that with that wiring. We still got to figure out gas tank, but I'm just going to run a little, I was going to run a jerry can or something for the time being. It doesn't have to be necessary. I just want to hear this thing run. We're going to have to put the radiator in, put some isolators in, get the hoses all done. I got to get some fittings for here and down there. I think I'm just going to run a black AN line. I know it's not traditional. I know it's not period, but braided black hose looks good in my opinion. So I'm going to have to get the adapters and stuff adequate for there. Oh, and then I need wires. I really thought I bought a set of wires, but I have no idea where it went. So gonna have to get that. And fuel lines just from like here to the carb. I'll have to get one from there, get it wherever the line is for the carb. I'm gonna have to make another list and get to that. But I think we're making headway. We're doing well. So this whole project, these projects just take a while. You guys work at your own time. Just make little goals, get little steps for what you have to do. I probably work on this thing 5 to 6 hours a week. So obviously that's on average. Some other time it's less, sometimes it's more. But for the most part, that's how much time I try to put in. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit like, hit subscribe. Please subscribe if you guys haven't subscribed. It helps me out a lot. And I hope you guys are excited for the next video and hearing it run. I'm really excited to hear it run because these headers were made in 1983 and they're so small, and I don't know, I'm excited. They're just super poorly MIG welded. Like, they're horrible. But I love it. Thank you guys. See you later.